All right then, what's going on, everybody? Apologize. I am super late. Had to take care of family business, and of course, it crept in exactly when I was supposed to start the show at my podcast at 8 o'clock. So I deeply apologize in that. Had to take care of some business between last night and tonight. Um, so uh, hopefully, people who were supposed to get on and start at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, you catch the re-upload. I said that's my bad. So with this situation, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna get the. I know a lot of people try to say they want to jump in. So first, let me take care of getting the most of the numbers and stuff that's important out of the way, and then if y'all want to jump in and do questions, the Q&A, that's no problem. So let's be that way. You know what? That's my phone. Just in case. Let me give me a second. Let me turn my phone kind of off because I did took every question everybody had to ask me. Alrighty then. So make sure I have all my windows that I need up because I had everything going and then the phone just went off the hook. Gotta love real life. It does bite you in the butt. So, okay, so I didn't. I thought I popped the chat out. Oh man, I thought I did pop the chat out. Okay, oh, all right. So the chat's popped out, so I know what's going. So I can keep up with it. What's going on in the chat? All right. Before we get into really any, let me address certain things and for the front of it, and before we get, let's do a little appetizer before we get into the main course. So I need one more window to open up because I have a lot. Let's put it this way: you know it, I know it. It's been good news. Basically, what I'm gonna do is answer some of the questions. You guys, some of the questions about the financials. I'm gonna dig deeper than most people because I know people was gonna do some how you call it. I know people was gonna do just the big numbers and just get it through, but like I said, I'm gonna dig a little deeper because I've seen some numbers reading through this thing that is woo, really good sales number out there, and hopefully we could take a good look at it. Because right now the it is I have to say Nintendo having we call it their forecast is pretty damn good for 2019 financially. So they're not hurting. And Nintendo did as you know, for people who don't know, when you're trying to invest in stuff, they always tell you diversify your income and everything, and they did a great job on doing that. They did a really great job of diversifying their I could do that right there. Diversifying their inflow of money, so they have a lot of stuff to go forward in the future. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get all these screens up so I can share with you guys. That is what I am doing. All right, just checking it now. Well, what's up, everybody? What up, Men of Mint? What up, 23 Footy Puncher? What's going on? What up, Kenoshi? I know you're doing the simulcast. Like I said, it was like I said, yeah. I apologize again. Family issues came up. Had to take care of them. I was ready to go, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Life is life, and like I said, I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm doing this out of respects and love because I love video gaming, and I did set this up, so I try my best to like have nobody mess with me to this day. But you can plan it, but the real world doesn't stop on a dime for you to everything to work perfectly. 1983, Doom from since 1983. Y'all are crazy, you know that. Y'all are really crazy. So let me talk about and show also the honesty of how I do certain things too. So right, let me see screen. So I want to talk about let's talk about some issues, then get into the numbers. So first we'll talk about this right here, which I posted out. So you're looking at the screen of something that I posted, which is weird, but it's basically from GameStop. Now, again, this is how I'm. You could see that I'm true to what I'm saying, and I don't have to rely on nobody to prove my point. Now, GameSpot, Tropical Freeze got a review came out. Now, GameSpot gave it a 9. They gave it a 9. It's superb. But let's not go. Let's go back to when it came out on the Wii U. So on the Wii U, we're going with this right here, and also it's good to read the whole review to get what it is. Oh, excuse me. Let me put this. Let me put what I posted first so you understand what's going on. So this is what I posted first. You gotta love video games media. To be honest, it's two different reviewers, and the reviews are subjective. So I am understanding it. I'm not calling the reviews at fault because most reviews are subjective. I know you guys have heard many times I said get different reviews from different places. If you want a true review, get many reviews to see if it's worth to buy the game. If it's a franchise or something that you don't that you're not familiar with. Go to a GameSpot, go to IGN, go to a YouTuber that you like, YouTube you like, go to a site that get less traffic and places, combine them, and then say, you know what, I'm interested in this game. I'm gonna take a shot or whatever. Just remember, because the trigger is still on you that you made that point of buying the game. And if you do better research, you will have less regrets that, oh man, I bought a crappy game. I mean, I have said many times, I have never bought, only one game I have bought that I regretted was basically Shadow the Hedgehog, and I returned that game. But every game I have bought from that game on, I have never returned it or feel bad that I have bought it because I played it. I might not enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but I enjoyed having the game for the fun, because most of the fun aspects is why I buy games in the first place. And keep on moving. That's how I do it. So my point is, I point out that it is subjective, but it is kind of frightening at the same place, GameSpot, for anybody who don't understand subjective and objective and all that stuff, they will look at it and say, like, this is really weird and how the company is doing stuff, because most people come with the idea of like, oh, so Wii U wasn't selling. Yeah, let's the Wii U wasn't selling. Let's do what we have to do. But then now that the Switch is selling, oh, everything's gravy. It's basically almost perfect and everything's going on. And remember, all they added was Funky Kong on the challenge thing. They didn't change. It ain't like Zelda one with Zelda where they changed they changed the Triforce game, the Triforce and the quick mass and all this. So they changed mechanics in the game in a regard. Also, you could do certain things with the camera. Didn't change all that. It's basically a port of a game and it added on simple mechanics. New character was impervious to a lot of stuff. So the base of the game is still there. We know that. What up, Melvin? And Renegade. So we have So we have the so let's get into let's go into this. So we have, like I said, we have back when it came out on the Wii U, exciting, challenging bosses, vehicle section help break up more of the monotonous moments. Dull derivative level design again, and this is because it's two different versions. Got a 6. Now it's on the Switch. Demanding perform platform test, contrast of Steam creating ideas. So one person said they didn't like the ideas, this person liked the ideas. That's why I say games are subjective. That's why I told people I would never argue a person, hey, if you spend the money about a game that you like that is kind of bad, and that's you choose that. I get that. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Me saying a lot of the game is not broken, and also you're not one of those gamers, including most of the YouTubers who are like, I'm not gonna buy this because it's a broken whatever, and then you buy it. Or I'm not gonna buy it. As a lot of these YouTubers have lied since 2013, saying that they would never buy always online games. Jeez, check all their channels. They've bought always online games. So trust me, they are lying. It kills me how they do that crap. So they have that situation going on. So that's one of the things that that is one of the things that was a topic. Another topic is, and it's sad to say this is happening, please, which is I made this out of spite, and I feel bad at, a little bit. I feel bad about it, a little bit. Because I've checked my Wii U, I've checked my Switch, I've checked my Wii, and I don't have this on there, and I bought my consoles all new. So another narrative that's going across the web is this right here, which I don't like, is the whole kerfluffle with the FTC thing, and it's ridiculous. FTC gives Nintendo 30 days to remove illegal warranty voided with the stickers. This was not towards Nintendo. Go to the FTC site, ftc.gov, read what's going on. This was mostly towards Sony, but for some reason everybody's throwing Nintendo in this, because what FTC didn't like was how they were bringing up that they were bringing up because of the whole stuff with the docs and everything else. But the problem is, though, you can't sue them, because I remember when we had the stuff with Nintendo Prime, we were talking about it. We read verbatim what it said on the pamphlet, or some people say, oh, it's a pamphlet, whatever. The paper, which is basically the instruction manual that came with the Switch. They said, do not, always use licensed Nintendo products. That's what you're supposed to do. They've specifically said that, not once, not twice, like 3 times. It says so on the box, like it's there. I know gamers don't. Most gamers don't read, and I know a lot of game journalists don't care to read either. But it is there, and if they specifically stated in the document, you can't sue them for it because they warned you about it. It's like they warned you about it, and that's what's going on. And this sticker thing is mostly towards Sony more than Nintendo, because again, I have not seen no sticker on my last 3 consoles I bought. But I don't like how all these game sites are perpetuating the lies and just the clickbaitiness of it, and it's annoying. And some people had their videos, some bigger YouTubers had their videos that Nintendo gets then Nintendo got fined by the FTC, which they didn't. But it's sickening what people would do just for clickbait and do stuff for YouTube. It's annoying. But they didn't get fined. What the FTC was basically going towards was, in this regard, was towards Sony. They called Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo because the It's one of those things where they bring an umbrella just to say, hey guys, just keep knowing that we're keeping an eye on you. But hey, Sony, we don't like what you're doing with this thing right here. Let's just straighten it out. But this does not relate to Nintendo. And I wish people could stop hitting that route, because it's not. And also, when people, there's stuff going on, and Triple M knows about it. We've been going back and forth with the whole stuff that's going on with Nintendo in Europe, and with the Norway, with how they do it. And again, I'm on Norway's side that Nintendo once you do the transaction that you pre-order, you can cancel the pre-order. I think that unless the game Nintendo needs to put in another extra thing to say, hey, you want to pre-download the game, put a screen. So if you pre-download the game, you should just, if you pre-download the game, then no, you ain't gonna have no access to. You basically forfeit your rights. You basically buy the game. But if they have not pre-downloaded game, I think you should. And they want to cancel the pre-order. I do think that they should get their money back. All things considered fair, that's what should happen. Now, the problem is though, Norway is a part of the EU. Nintendo is going by the EU side of gaming. So if you're part of the EU and they're following the rules by the EU, Norway, then you're part of the EU. So they're following the law. They really are. So it's really nothing about it. They get angry about it. And I saw the video saying, this guy is right. He should do this. But if I'm following the laws, I'm following the laws. Sorry. Nothing was wrong. I'm following the laws. I understand what Norway is coming from, and I feel for that. That is kind of messed up. And I have to say, so that regard is nothing really major in that regard. See, all they want is a button to cancel a pre-order. Like I said, I have no problem. Again, I'm on the consumer side that if you, cause it's more intricate than that, Jack Gates. But to be honest, if you have not pre-ordered to get any code downloaded to your Switch, then I think you should have the right to cancel it. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to buy this game, you cancel it before the release date. Let them cancel it, Nintendo. Let them do that. But they should have an extra prompt to say, if you want to pre-download this game, because lately, how these gamers now, these guys data mine and do all kind of stuff to games. Like you can't even enjoy nothing because of all these freaking game stuff. These game fanatics who basically spoil games and make things bad for everybody else. And that's kind of, it's kind of annoying that you can't even enjoy a nice, good surprise no more because everybody's data mining every single thing of consoles nowadays, just so they could be in the news, just so they could have the news, so they could put it on Reddit or whatever, just to be infamous. And it's annoying, and I hate that they spoil it for a lot of people. When I order a pre-order for download, it's Nintendo's game, and it must be a week before release for me to do that. Hey, again, that's cool. And again, my point is, again, if they have not pre-downloaded a game, I am on the consumer side. Nintendo should have a button to say, okay, we didn't do that. Let's cancel the thing. But when you read what's going on, they abide by the EU laws. Norway's a part of the EU, so they're abiding by the major laws. So if they're doing things lawfully. They're doing things lawfully until then. Now, what happened in Belgium? Belgium is saying certain things, and I forgot basically what they were saying. But Belgium is basically no. Because Belgium said if you're doing any loot boxes or whatever, you're going to because it's gambling or whatever, and any publisher that does this, they're going to be thrown in jail, which is weird. Well, here's the thing, Belgium, and I feel bad for the people who live in Belgium. What Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo is going to do, they're just not going to sell games in Belgium. You could go to France, because I was in Belgium last year. You're gonna go to France or Germany and go buy games and then sneak it over the border, because nah, how you gonna put people in jail from that smaller country? I don't know, but yeah. The company, you're not making enough money for those companies, so sadly they could just overlook Belgium and just not go by y'all crazy laws. And again, the thing they care about is loot boxes. And as I said, the problem is not because they have loot boxes. The problem is we got to stop the parents. But we know how that works. People are just crazy for that idiocracy. Hell, the bill that everybody was talking about with Hawaii, oh, that got shut down. That got shut down. That didn't came to pass. It got shut down because, again, it wasn't gonna do nothing. It was grandstanding, and people need to understand how it works. As I said, you could ban it. You could say all kind of stuff about loot boxes for the kids and everything. But if the parents are gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. And if you're a grown ass adult and you can't figure out, wow, how the game is, then you're stupid, and that's on you at your end. You're a grown adult. Take responsibility for what it is. A lot of stuff would have never happened if you didn't buy these games, so the gaming industry wouldn't go towards that. But a lot of people buy these games and talk all the crap about it. I don't even blame. Like I say, EA has balls, and you know me, I always say a lot of stuff about EA having balls, but I don't even blame the EA, because if you guys did not, I'm not talking about you guys who are listening now, but I'm talking about gamers in a sense. If gamers did not buy these broken games and all this stuff, they would. If you stop doing that, like you did with Battlefront, and you voice your stuff, if you have done that earlier, and if the Switch didn't save 2017, it would have been a really bigger problem. It would have been, none of these games would be made. None of these games will be made. They'll be like, wow, they don't want it. Okay, I'm not gonna make this game this way. But people buy it. That's not a bad idea, Winston 20, but again, you know how people are. There's human beings, just irrational being creatures in the first place. I mean, I'm never gonna say I have pre-downloaded 3 games. Smash Bros. Is one of them on a Wii U. Toy Treasure Tracker is another one. Of course, Zelda. Zelda. I have the download version and I have the physical, because I wanted to help, do Nintendo. Of course, I double dip. So I pre-download those. Yes. Like what's happening in South America with Nintendo not making money, so they pulled out. Well, you have to pay. Well, in South America, it's one of those things. They put taxes on the company. That's what the problem was. They put taxes on the company. So because video game is a vice, just like in America where they put taxes on cigarettes. You're like, oh wow, people are smoking and we're gonna tax like we put taxes on cigarettes only. That's bad. But they know people's gonna still smoke because they're hooked to it. So the politicians know what they're doing, and they did it down in South America. They know it's a device. They know you guys want to buy the game, and most people would do anything to get those games. So yeah, they put taxes on it, and who got to pay the taxes? The company. So the company's like, well, it's basically a wash. So I'm not gonna do it. Hell, just like they did with Greece, and they pull out of Greece as well too. Sony pull out of Greece. A lot of the companies are. All these extra taxes, people say, well, the company's being greedy. Also, it's politicians being greedy. Let's put it, it's a half and half thing. Do the company have a right to pull out and not be taxed a lot? Yeah, but also the politicians do it just so they can get extra money and income. And you know how politicians are in America. If you give an income revenue to these politicians, they're not going to let that crap go. Even though if it doesn't work, even though the program is crappy, they're not going to stop it. And that's worldwide. That's a worldwide thing. I know these lawmakers just forced the ESRB to raise the rating of those loot box games to an A rating. I mean, isn't the argument for loot boxes is gambling? Only adults should gamble. Well, here's the problem, Jack Gates. Their game. It's the parents. The parents is the problem. You were raising that. It's not going to stop the kids getting the game. Bad parenting is going to be bad parenting. Call of Duty should not be in kids' hands, and you know it, but they are in kids' hands. Why? Because grandma or the mom or dad want to be cool, or mom just want to keep the kids quiet, whatever. They went in, buy the game, and they get by the game, circumventing the whole adults because they're adults, and they give it to their kids, give for Christmas or whatever. Remember, those mature games come out around Christmas time, so they don't care about it. They just think, oh, this is a game you want, Johnny. Here you go. Here's the game you wanted, Johnny. They don't. It's the parent side. That's why I said it's irrelevant to do all this laws. It's grandstanding for no apparent reason. You're not gonna stop it. The ESRB was supposed to help these games get into mature kids' hands. Look at everybody's seen the meme of Splatoons for adults and the little kids at Call of Duty, and it is true. That would assume that lawmakers want to change anything in the industry, or they want to change anything that lawmakers could get money from, and vice and everything is, like I just explained, they would like to put their grubby little hands on it. So trust me, they don't care. They would. They ain't gonna change it for the best, but they would. You got few politicians that do it, but a majority of them don't give a care. So you have that situation. All right, so let's go to the last little topic before we get into the meat and potatoes, and that is thanks to Dr. Feelgood for posting it. He tagged me into it. Give me a second. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let me bring up this topic, which is crazy. The last topic would be, before we get into meat and potatoes, would be this right here. So let me go back and share this screen. Bang. This same company is suing Nintendo for the patents and all the patent lawsuit. This is ridiculous. It's stupid and ridiculous. So last year, this company came up with tried to sue Nintendo for the Switch because of the whole detachable controllers and all this stuff. And they tried to sue, and it was their WikiPad. They tried to sue Nintendo, and it was for their WikiPad. Well, it didn't. Of course, it didn't went through. It was not gonna go through. So here they go again, trying to now it's Game Vice. Now they're trying Game Vice and say that it's the same as the Switch. And as I said in my post, as you can see right here, which is funny to me, is like, wait a minute, this looks more like a Wii U gamepad. It's funny how they didn't sue the Wii U because because the Wii U was not selling as gangbusters as the Switch is. That's how you see how companies and how people are. And the thing about it that is weird in the lawsuit is they're not suing for Nintendo for money, which I was like, huh? They're suing this, but they want us to do a cease and desist from Nintendo selling the Switch in America. Huh? And I thought that was weird. Why would they want to stop them from selling the game in America? It's not like if they stop the Nintendo Switch from selling, that we're gonna just jump up and go out there and buy ourselves the Game Vice. That is weird. Something is weird about this lawsuit. Yeah, nobody was gonna buy a Game Vice if the Switch was not there. Hell, there's the Morpheus. Morpheus is more Switch-like. With the controls coming off with the Joy-Cons and everything, the Morpheus is more Switch-like, and that ain't selling because they don't have the thing. They don't have, as Dr. Feelgood pointed out in the thing he has here when he said, "Hey, if you make good games, people will come to it." And we know they don't use good games, and most of them use an Android system, so they could use Androids games to play. On their on their system. So this is just ridiculous how it works out. What if they were doing it to force Nintendo to work for them? You like to mess with people, right, Triple M? Me and you personally had this, and I debunked most of your crap. I know you were just being an ass about this. Yeah, let me see. $1 billion company working for this little thing. I doubt that. That's not gonna happen. So another person is trying to do a lawsuit once again. This one is particularly weird. That's why I talked about it. Normally I wouldn't give full thresh because it's usual. Try to do something and then we find out Nintendo's gonna sue and lose and blah 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 all that stuff. But I did find it kind of particular reading the intricacies of the lawsuit. And I was like, they want to do a stop and cease. That's what was stopping cease from Nintendo selling the Switch in America. It's like they're not like, I want to sue Nintendo for $5 million or $500 million. No, it's like we don't want them. I was like, huh? You don't want them to sell Switches in America? That is a weird way of doing a lawsuit. What company is that? Is what was the company name again? It's a GameVice, the company behind the WikiPad. See that? I mean, like I said, people didn't even know the company. I even got, even though I don't like a lot of media say I love the joke at the end. And for the record, the GameVice doesn't have a patent on cardboard-based video game accessories. Nintendo got a grip on that market. Good little jab at the end. Good joke. Basically, it's GameVice is the name of the company. So, okay. Which is weird. It is weird. So, again, it was just weird that they're trying to tell them to GameVice could pause imports on the console. That's what the problem. That's why I took more into looking into this. So like, you're not suing for money. You just want to stop them from bringing the device to America. I'm like, huh? You are not competing with the Switch, dudes. You're not. You are nowhere close to competing with the Switch. Not on a scale of software, not in the scale of business plan, none of that. So it was just weird to see that, really. Also, didn't the Wii U gamepad debut a year before this item and even the patent was designed? No, this was one of those things where they did the patent they had the patent on it, Gates, and but not the pattern is the pattern was different enough that the Wii U gamepad gets through because it was a detachable screen. Basically, this right here. This screen right here could pop. This is a cell phone and it pops out. This screen right here is a cell phone in this whole shell. So that's what that was. But it's more equivalent to a Wii U pad, but it didn't sue Nintendo for the Wii U. That's my point. As Winston 20 said, this reeks of desperation. And it's good to have you back in house timeout, man. Long time no see, man. I saw your video. You've been traveling like crazy, and that's good. Like I said, I'm gonna open up a little later on for you guys to jump in. So keep an eye out for the links if you can. Well, I'll have this in. I'll have it in MC. These desperate for Renegade. Let me say they're desperate for money and attention. I would say attention because they didn't in the lawsuit. Ain't got nothing to do with money, which is weird. Kind of how YouTubers, in order to stay in drama and wreak havoc, just to be popular. Yep. So anyway, those are the three main topics I saw that I wanted to talk about. So let's talk about. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Give me a second here. All right. So getting down to the nitty gritty. That why people are here. We're here because of the financials. Now, you could go back and check. I did a financial of the first quarter of Nintendo, and that's why I want to do this for context, because I have my notes from then, and it is crazy. That's why just seeing the numbers and without the context we know. Okay, let's put it this way. Everybody, and there's no secret. Nintendo smashed it this year when it comes to making money, selling the devices, everything. Nintendo knocked it out of the park. No ifs, ands about that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. Um, Everybody knows how that worked out. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Okay, give me a second here. I want to make sure I have that for the screen. Which is weird that they didn't up. I wonder if they're not updating this anymore as well, because it was weird that it says something on the which I gotta check that out as well too, because it said I could show you highlight a certain quote onto something. They updated the 3DS. That I do know. I'm sorry for the rambling. I'm trying to look at a graph that could help you guys out easy to see before I put it on the screen. Nope, don't need that. I already got that graph ready to go. Okay, update that, but why did it update? That is weird. Or they just stopped. They can't do the numbers. This is 2000. Okay, that's 10,000, 76,000 units they sold. Okay. Even though, wow, okay, this graph tells a lot of things as well too with the Switch. Oh, not with the Switch, but even with the Wii U, which is amazing as well. Matter of fact, I just found just a couple of seconds just looking at some graphs right here. Wow. Okay, so it didn't die off as much, and then the 3DS, of course. As well too. That's software. That is hardware. Okay. So they had it at okay. All right then. Let's get into this now. So let's get some of the real numbers out of the way. Take this down. I don't need all these screens open up so you guys can see this. We have that. Okay. And release that and total unit sales. All right, so let's just look at the main numbers, get things straight. Let me share the screen. So we all, like I said, Nintendo smashed it out of the park. There's no secret. We know that, and they did way beyond expectations. That's why I said my previous one, the one I did in 2000, talking about the first quarter of the Switch, is ridiculous what Nintendo did. So as of end of March 2018, Nintendo's official number was 17. They sold 17.79 million Switch units, and I could break this number down here in a way too. And of course now the number as of March as well too with the DS family, 3DS family is 73 million units sold worldwide. Now the 2DS, which I'll show in a graph, brought back expectations. A lot of people had expected that the 3DS will fall off. Basically, it went back up to the year before, which I'll show you. I can show you right now. It went up to the year before sales. This is the 3DS here. The yellow where you've seen the bar yellow. Then it was up to here. It went up. But they was predicting that it would go way lower, and that's why you saw all the videos and everybody's talking about, oh, now that the Switch is here, the 3DS is gonna fall off. Well, it didn't. The 2DS was most of the sales of the 3DS of last year for Nintendo, and it revitalized the market. That's why I did my video saying if this thing, the 2DS, revitalized the market, I could see Nintendo, excuse me. I could see Nintendo going in 2019 with the 3DS with software. Well, and Nintendo also in their financial report said they're working on software for 2019. Huh? Who would have believed that? Well, this guy did, and that's why I did that video on my channel, which like I said, a lot of people like, is the 3DS alive? That one, again, that took 5 hours to edit, which is ridiculous, but it's a 42-minute video. Anybody who had not seen it, check it out. I have a trailer. It's like I said, because it took so long, I did a trailer for the daggone thing. That was ridiculous, but yeah. That's how that worked out. But again, I that's why I stated what I stated in my video and proved that. Now, here's the thing. Here's a number that, like I said, so the Switch sold 78. I mean, like basically, let's just round up for the goodness' sake. They sold 69 million units in 1 year. That is impressive. I can't argue with that. That's an impressive feat that Nintendo did. The 3DS in the same year sold 56 million units as well. Software. That's why you don't kill it off. So it's basically almost a 10 million difference, and you can still make money off of it and not producing. Well, yeah, you could still produce it, but developing for the 3DS is not an expensive endeavor. That's why they have not killed off their golden goose as well. And don't get me, the Switch is the golden goose now, but that's why they didn't left it alone. But people don't catch on to that crap. And last year also they sold 700 and some thousand units of Wii U, 800,000 units of Wii U last year. As they end their production and wind it down, which is not bad. People were still buying Wii U, brand new Wii U's after March of last year. So from last year March, when everybody thought the Wii U was dead, to now they sold close to 1 million. Not a lot, but people are still buying it. That's good for them. And again, hopefully people enjoyed what they enjoyed, because I still have my Wii U and I'm still looking for. I'm still gonna buy me a backup Wii U for all the awesome games I bought on my console. And hey, we use my virtual console until Nintendo puts one out there. For the people who are asking those questions. Okay, now the chat's getting crazy. Y'all crazy. Nintendo is dying. Damn it. uh, it has to be realized that Nintendo ain't gonna shut down its second golden goose, the 3DS. Exactly. Now, yeah, it's not a chance of going crazy in there. Nintendo can't win, even if the sales numbers are publicly shown on their website. You're wrong, Renegade. You're horrifically wrong for stating that. Okay, so let's keep on going. So let's go to the and this is what I found out, because I want to show you something. They didn't really update this, because I'll specifically show you what I'm talking about. They didn't update this, which they need to. I don't know why Nintendo didn't, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. But for the first year for the Switch, not bad. Jeez, from the end of October to the March, 10 million Super Mario, 10 million, 10.5 million Super Mario Odyssey got sold. Crazy. Mario Kart 8 right behind that with 9.2. Breath of the Wild 9.5. 8.5. Splatoon killing the charts, and then there's another thing. Splatoon is a golden calf in a way. 1-2 Switch. It was 1 million when I did the thing, and it did. It was amazing. It's still selling. Y'all don't like it. Hey, people buy it, and whatever it is. The one that's here, ARMS 1.85, Xenoblade 1.3, Kirby that just came out before the records, whatever, 1.26. Good God, man, that's crazy. Star Lines. Now, here's the thing I was gonna say. The one game here that took the suffering the most was ARMS. It sold well, did better than expected, but after the 1.18 in the first month, and Splatoon came after it, basically killed the momentum, and they only sold 850,000 from since then, and that's sad that happened. Great game, love the game. I look at all the followings and the followings of the game. Like I said, I have it, but that's the one that suffered the most out of anybody here on here. And also, another game did join the ranks, but it didn't. Koei Tecmo provided that number, which I have to say, Nintendo did something amazing that no other company has ever done. And I'm going to do a video about what Nintendo did in 2017 that no other companies has done. Many things Nintendo did. So get ready for that video. I would say within 2 weeks, hopefully. This is what it was. Fire Emblem, Nintendo. Every major title that was released for the Switch sold 1 million. And selling 1 million doesn't mean nothing. Again, as I said before, it depends on the budget, and Nintendo's the kings of the budget, so it does make a difference for them. But for other games who spend $100 million to create the games, where Nintendo spends 30, 40, 50 million in most cases, Breath of the Wild did take the most. Close to getting close there was at 70 million. They took 70 million to make Breath of the Wild for the both consoles, but they made their money back because all they needed was 2 million to sell. And I can tell you right now, they smashed that, and they smashed it by a lot too, because I want to show you the numbers. Breath of the Wild and the Wii U numbers. Breath of the Wild and Wii U combined with Wii U, they sold 40, I think 14.8, but I'll show you to you. Units of Breath of the Wild if you combine the Wii U with it. So even the Wii U sold 4 million. Dang. 4 and change. So they again, this game just knocked it out of the freaking park. Again, you guys are just crazy to chat. Holy crap. Splatoon 2 for the win, flawless victory. ARMS shall be avenged. People still feeling salty about 1-2 Switch. Hey, people buy it. Talk to people who bought the game, which I bought it, and I saw the fun in it, and I've talked about it when I was in Europe on a tour, with my music tour, and my friends, and we all played games and had fun with it. Sorry. Chastisement for having fun. People wanted 1-2 step. You're wrong, Sprite. I don't know what I was thinking about Sierra song. You're wrong. Okay, so that is the Switch knocked it out of the park. Like I said, what it is, and that was every game. Those every game sold a million. So Mario Kart. So it started with Breath of the Wild, sold a million, smashed it out of the park. Then came Mario Kart. We you could see the results, sold over a million. Then came Arms, sold over a million. And most of these was, let's put it this way, the number really will be over a year, but most of these sold it in the first month, as you saw with Kirby's Alliance Star. 1-2 Switch again. Oh yeah, I forgot 1-2 Switch and Breath of the Wild. It sold a million. So you have 1-2 Switch, sold a million. Breath of the Wild, sold a million. Mario Kart, sold a million. Arms, sold a million. Splatoon came out, sold over a million. Mario and Rabbids, they sold a million. The last numbers they took from Ubisoft was 1.5 million they sold. So they sold over a million. Rabbids Battle Kingdom. Then came dang it. Then came Fire Emblem Warriors. Again, I thought that was gonna be I first I thought it was bad because right after Fire Warriors became Mario, so people made the choice to I'm gonna buy Odyssey over Fire Emblem Warriors, which is understandable. It is. I think Nintendo short thrifted it, but from Koei Tecmo, from their numbers, Fire Emblem Warriors has also sold over a million, so good for them. Then of course Mario Odyssey, you see, knocked it out of the park. And, if it ends about that. And of course, Xenoblade that came out in December, which I thought it would take a. I wouldn't think I was not. I'm a little shocked, but I'm little, not a lot. But Xenoblade knocking it out 1.3 million. Like and then of course starting the new year, you have Kirby and Bayonetta and all the stuff also getting up there with selling. Bayonetta close to a million. Kirby knocked it out of the park. Labo is selling very well right now as it outsells a lot of games in Japan and in Japan and America, not in Europe. But it is, man, it is just all the software is on fire right now, literally selling like crazy. SNK, which I've said from the beginning back in March, I said I was like, wow, SNK is putting a lot of games on the Switch. That's doing everything against the Switch. They also sold over a million games on the Switch. I think it did it in October. Like SNK killed it and they're making a lot of money. That's why they are putting games on the Switch, because it revitalized their software lineup. I mean, it is crazy. And you go into Owlboy, Treasure Trove, Shovel Treasure Trove, Shantae Genie, Renegade, not Renegade, forgot the game from the Renegade guys. Dang, with the bit shooters. Forgot the name, but apologize for that. Of course, Super Meat Boy, like Binding Isaac, Sonic Mania, like all these games sold well, super well on these platforms. It really did, and like I said, and they all of them, and every developer thanked Nintendo for doing that. So it's ridiculous. You go to you go to WayForward, you could go to Yacht Club and see what they say about the Switch and how it's helped boost it. Same with Owlboy, same thing with the guys who did Monster Boy, and also like they said it is. Oh, no, I can't forget. We can't even forget Insecurate. The same thing too. They said it with Insecurate with Gun Vault and everything, like, and not Cave Story. What's that? Blastmaster. Like it's also indie darling. The Switch has sold also well for them in that regard. Mutant Muds. That's what it was. Thank you, Metal Mint. Mutant Muds. Mutant Muds. That's what it was. Y'all, Y'all crazy in the chat. It did do well at Melman. So let's so this is why I was saying the whole I want to put in okay, and I can tell you right now, I know for sure most of these people who talked about all the stuff on Nintendo, stuff like that, they ain't read the damn 58 pages of this stuff. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I want to go. Let me go to someplace else. I want to show something as well here. Oh, also the cash flow is ridiculous. It's not even a joke with what Nintendo is doing to cash flow. But let's talk about the future before we talk about the. No, let's talk about the past. So if you remember back when I did my video for 2000, the first quarter of 2017 quarter with the Switch, I stated that. It was crazy that Nintendo did $1.4 billion for that quarter alone. Now, they had, even though I, again, tuning my horn here, I predicted how much Nintendo would have sold. I buy the numbers, but I didn't. And again, in that same video, I did said, hey, it'll be crazy to do it, but I could see them doing it, but not as they when they first did the Switch, they thought they would sell 8 million Switches in the first year. As you can see, they smashed that. They sold 17 point, basically close to 18 million. So they did it by 140%. They went over what they think. Because I remember when I said they changed their forecast, and they're going to try to sell 16 million. So their first original forecast was 8 million a year in the first year. They saw how well it's selling, so they said, okay, let's go for 16 million by the end of March. They surpassed that as well too. So they did a good job of. They did not surpass the original set. They even surpassed the updated forecast. They even surpassed that and beyond. Now, I did see that they're trying to say they're going to do 20 million next year, and I did not see by reading through the stuff they're trying to see with the games coming out. They're forecasting between 16 to 20. That's what it was, but people went with a higher number. So just remember, if next year the Nintendo Switch doesn't sell 20 million, they're gonna like, see, they didn't feel that, blah 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 blah. Like, no, it's 15 to 20. That's what it said, but context makes a difference. Okay. Context makes a difference in these things. So let me go back to, so let's get into the do I have it up here? I think I have, nope, I have the big numbers. Okay. So yes. So the big numbers are basically this. Nintendo is into two things. They made basically close to, let's around now to be nice, $9.5 million, and this is in US dollars, $9.5 billion in 2017, not million, billion, my mistake, $1 billion in 2017. And because they had a net plus for operation profit was ridiculous, because the cost was low, and they didn't spend that much money. Technically speaking, Nintendo made $11 billion. You add all that together, Nintendo made $11 billion in 2017 financial year. $11 billion in US. That is ridiculous. What's going on, RE73? Long time no see. Y'all people are just crazy in the chat. Melvin, reading is hard though, Liger. Oh, you guys are so wrong with most of this stuff. So anyway, Nintendo made $11 billion in US in 2017. That's just and again, as now people saying that just shows the doom of Nintendo. Nintendo is doomed forever. You guys are wrong. You know that? You guys are really wrong. You can see it right here as they, that was what it made the previous year. And it made this much this in yen. And the difference, of course, is and work style. You put this into US dollars, so they work. So basically, they made $5 billion more than they did last year. Crazy, just crazy. Operational profit was 29.3 billion yen, and now it's that. I mean, you can see the big difference. You just see it. That's what they crushed it. They crushed it. No ifs, ands about it. They knocked it out of the park. So you're gonna go down and see what the net sales, and we already talked about the Switch, but like I said, 3DS hardware sales remain solid each year. Each region launching the Nintendo Switch during the financial year, reaching 6.4 million units. For Nintendo 3DS software, Pokemon Ultra Moon and Sun, 7.5 million, while overall sales financial year totaled up to 35.6 million units. Turning to our digital dedication of battle, digital sales were very good, especially for the Nintendo Switch. We brought in a digital sales combination of 6.8 billion yen. God. So just the digital side, they also made that. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about it. I apologize. I had to answer a text that was very important. My mistake, and I didn't want to the clicking in you guys' other than the mouse and stuff. So, just in what do you call it? So just in digital sales, when you convert it over to US dollars, they made for Nintendo Switch, they made 550. Basically, it's around 556 million dollars in digital sales for the Switch alone. Just the Switch alone. That is, whew. Of course, you have the smart devices, and with of course with Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Heroes, that also made some money for that made 40 billion yen in 40 billion yen for the mobile devices, which comes out to be about, let me see, 40 billion yen should be about like $300 million in US dollars with the current rate, what it is right now. Of course, Ghost compared to previous year, that's what it blasted. Look at that, 102%. It just knocked it out of the park again with what the Switch did, and it just increased the sales. And the ratio was, compared to what the ratio was, the one it went up. Of course, operational profits increased to 148 billion yen compared to the previous year. I talked about that because they went that way. That's why you got to add that profit to the number to combine those to make what it is, because that just ridiculous. Just ridiculous in the money. They holy crap. So it's down here will be more, but I now I get what it put it out. So what I read down there was the 15 to 20 million. They're going by the bullet points, and that's why again you gotta be careful of that. But hey, so basically they're forecasting for 2018. They're forecasting that software to sell in 2018 will be 16 million units. 3DS 4 million units. They're gonna outdo that. They're gonna outdo that. That's a low forecast. That's a low forecast that they put, but 4 million units. They're forecasting that Switch will sell 100 million units in software. These are that software, and hardware. They're selling, like I said, the forecast for 20 million, and that's at the top end. Because I read down here they had the 15-20 rate. Like I said this. Not in this. This is the where this one is. This is just the outline. Okay, because like I said, I know that's the outline. Where is the one that is like? No, it's not that. It's not that. Where's the one with the 53 pages? Yeah, it was in this one, which is, let me pull that to see what. So that was the outline, and this is the full annual report. Okay, so that's the bullet points. So this right here is basically, that's the questions they have, and this is just the outline. Okay, there's just the bullet points point right here. So this one is the full table, which is, you get everything, the profit of the company, all the stuff, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, okay. Because I know I read it. I read it. Excuse me. And of course, the numbers reflect the same way in here too. This is just the bigger. This is the bigger read, of course. I wonder if I could find where they said. Okay, that's right here is what I'll let me see. Okay. That's another thing. So let's go further down to that. So I will be my run. We already talked about that. Gross profits. Talk about that. The forecast is for next year. Of course. So my Mario Tennis is, of course, Smash Brothers temp is gonna be as well. That we begin offering Nintendo online services to expand functionality to the Switch. For the increase with the Nintendo 3DS, we will continue to target for even wider range in consumers. We will work hard to leverage the platform rich software library to the world with a total install base no further than expanding the sales of the evergreen titles. I like how Nintendo, even though, like I said, they use the whole evergreen tactic in their speak as well. Please, okay, Sprite, yeah. I wonder if Nintendo will be ballsy enough to book Pokemon in front of I don't, maybe RE73, maybe. Let's see. You guys are wrong. You know that Sprite, Renegade, jeez. $11 billion is a foolproof fan. Nintendo is dying. It's a sign that apocalypse. Everybody should be bucking down and run. You guys are crazy in the chat. Oh. Hey, did they release Labo next? Okay. All right, well, man. Like, I'm sorry, the chat is just going crazy right now. People saying all kind of stuff. Holy crap! Oh, you guys are entertaining. I give you that. You guys are super entertaining. Thank you. All right. So They're going to Nintendo themselves put it out there. Of course, they have the game that's going to come out. It's called Mario Kart Tour. That's another game that's going to put out for the mobile devices. Talking about that. And that's basically the end of the bulletin points, because this is because like I said, this is just 3 pages. Now we got to go to the other one. So let me see. Let me look at this. This is the part I did not look at, so you're gonna have to browse me a little second. Let me see if any interesting question pops up. I did not do this part right here because this has how many? This has a lot of little pages itself in there. Let's see. Let's see if there's any interesting questions the board asked. Anything. See, how do you see the business partnership of side games different from one that have with DNA at this point with Dana? Okay. In terms of partnership itself, genres we'll work on. Hiroshima. We announced the side games today, but let me say that we were very much satisfied with the various projects and arenas that Dana has given us support, and we want to continue a relationship with them, which I thought it was. I thought it was that they're going to provide technical support and development for the Nintendo Account system in addition to the smart devices, which differs from the partnership of side games are going to do basically just doing development of games. Well, let's look at this one because everybody saw that. Of course, Nintendo has the new president, which oh man, my nose is so clogged. Which roles will be considered to be the most important issue? Continue looking at the ones we want to tackle. This presentation is set to just build the cash reserves is not all we need to do, and that we want to consider ways to use the money efficiently. So I wanted to follow up on how things were, or the things you want to do with the cash use. Okay, so basically, and I could see that because Kimishima being a bank guy, he basically was put in because they wanted to build up the cash reserves beyond, so they could use the money efficiently going further. So it's kind of I'll read it. So the company will manage to be members of the new executive managers community underneath the new generation collective leadership system. Mr. Kimishima has shown through his own actions what it means to manage a company collectively rather than relying on efforts of a single person. I understand my role as one of the continuing on the same course. We have executive officers in the hardware development, which is, of course, we know that Takeda got retired last year. My hat's off to Takeda for what he did with the Switch, the Wii U, all that stuff, being an apprentice of Gunpei Yokoi. Thank you to Takeda-san, as Kazumi's taking over that spot. Have no problem with that right there. That's what they were talking about. In charge, and then of course we have people in charge of the software development, which is Miyamoto is still in charge of that, and in charge of sales and marketing. They all have their different strengths. So I intend to have a frequent one-on-one conversation with them, sharing the backgrounds and context behind how these things are done, and do everything I can to be mindfully engage the management together as a team. As for issues, my highest priority task right now is to accelerate the momentum behind the Nintendo Switch and expand the business. The issues include the question on how to expand on our smart device business, and whether we can nudge the scale that the business is into a large proportion of the overall business. We'll see how that works out. Keep on going. I am also looking into the topic of a year-to-year realized theme park and movie projects, and a part of the strategy to expand the number of people who have access to Nintendo's IP, intellectual property. People know that. How we can lay down new paths and positive enhance our dedicated video game platform business. And that's for the new president. I think I'll say again. You remember, everybody knows that I'm getting this off of Japanese Nintendo IR page for Japan. So you can go there and read that right there. But that's what the president himself, the new president, says that he's going to outlay for Nintendo. And it kind of helps in a regard. But let me see something. Colors it sales region. Anything. That one might be good right there. Collaborate with Cygames, and done talked about that. I like what you said. Okay, let me. I want to read this one. Let me see if this is something important. Cause like, wow. Let me see. When the late Iwata took the post of president, from prior President Yamauchi, was said to have claimed that the president of Nintendo needs to be a little unusual. So I want to ask Mr. Kimishima, what important criteria you used to select for to be president, and why you thought he would fit the bill. Also, Mr. Fuller, what kind of company do you want Nintendo to become? Please describe future direction or touch on the organization. Okay, hey, that's something right there. That's a long thing. Oops, let me not press that right there. All right, this question is a good read. I like this answer is something that should be read through. I will post this on for anybody who, let's see, I should be able to. Oh crap! Yep, I'm not surprised they did not let me do it. I'll find a way. I know how to do it. Another way to do it. I'll post this on my Google Plus account so people can read this, because I know again everybody's not going to go through that. That's a good question. I myself want to read this fully and see what they're doing, because again, Yamauchi had a game plan on Nintendo, and that's what I did a video about that, about the Triforce of Shigeru Miyamoto ahead of software, game indicator over hardware, and he wanted over the whole thing because he's a game designer who has experience. That's what he set up to be. Of course, just like I was late tonight, unforeseen circumstances came as a result. Nobody saw that Iwata would have passed away, and things would got changed in the rumbling. So again, that was his game plan. So we'll see how that works out. So that question right there, I'll post it in Google Plus. Consumers purchase the 3DS. Okay, so this is one talking about the 3DS right here. That's an important number. As Nintendo Switch enters the second year of sales, I expected the purchase demographics are changing. Do you think the Nintendo 3DS could coexist due to the different differential price and features? You say you want to popularize the Nintendo Switch to the point where every person has their own. So do you plan to capture or demand it now to direct is now directed at the 3DS? So here, consumers purchased the 3DS, which again I talked about it, but let's just read through it. Consumer purchased the 3DS system last year in numbers. We expected those expected last year's financial year. It has ample software lineup, price point, and a marketed system affordable, especially for parents. Here's the word parents, family, but again, I digress. Looking to buy for their kids. Nintendo. 66% of what Nintendo games go towards family. Labo, anyone? But again, we expect the demand to continue during the fiscal year as well, and that's why they lowball that number of 40 million. So we will continue to sell the product. Given that Nintendo Switch is a home gaming console that can be taken on the go, this situation may change if it goes from being a one per household system to one person system. That basically was the plan. I talked about it when the Switch came out. But the price of the Nintendo Switch is not something that most parents would buy a system for everything for every one of their children in a short period of time. Moving forward, we will assess what kind of play people want at which price point. And as long as there's such a demand, we will continue to sell the Nintendo 3DS system. I see the product coexisting with Nintendo Switch from at this point in time. So there are answers about the Nintendo 3DS. Dr. Dana, anything else? Okay, so that's mostly the question. I will, like I said, I will post this one because I think this is a very important read to see what Iwata and Yamamushi, whose work like that is. This is something I want to read, and I'll put it. I really want to read this now because they look what they said about it. Like they're basically talking about thing like Nintendo has been a core attitude and is unifying for their job. In a sense, he was called a stubborn person, which is Yamamuchi. Of course, I do want to read that thing. So yeah, I'm gonna post that on Google Plus. That is a good read. So I'll keep this one up and I'll save it and put. Well, technically, I'll download. I can do. I'll download this and put a PDF up. That I can do. All right. Nope. Another thing right here was basically you're talking about like I said, this is the super breakdown, cash flow, all kind of stuff like that. How it goes on. So this is just the long version of everything. Like I said, we go the long version of what we just did, but for the while the mighty temporal comprehensive bridge connecting dedicated video platform and smart devices. Okay, so we're working on a new account system for that. Of course, that will be with the Nintendo Online. They're still working, of course, on quality of life. I remember that. Let's see anything else here other than the notes I have that I could point out. Dividing money, future changes of everything. We know that. Okay, well, my source is basically, y'all know the source to check the stuff, what I'm going to say right now, because I did wrote some notes down. And like I said, going through all these pages and talking about stuff. So I'll just put it to this page right now. Let's put it to the good page right now. Yeah, let's go. So the last thing that I was going to talk about. The last thing we'll talk about is this. Another thing that Nintendo has done, and I gotta give it to Splatoon. So as you saw, he's talking about movies, using ways of IPs. Another thing that Nintendo used IPs to, and they did something ridiculous, was Squid Sisters or Off the Hook. Nintendo has done shows around the world with more shows than they did with the Squid Sisters before and with Splatoon 2, and has done crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second here. I want to just see if I can get a still or video of that. Give me a second. I know I know I saved it. But Splatoon, the CD that came out, so it has gone double platinum. People are buying, so that's another way of doing the sharing, spreading IP to make money. And of course, they're coming out with the license, of course, with Xenoblade, the CD that's going to come out as well. So hopefully that sells well. But Splatoon has taken over the phenomenon of what these gaming Splatoon has taken over the world with the music, and it's selling like hotcakes. And again, they're doing shows. I want to do a I want to show you the last show that they did and how big that, like, they went from small stages to something really big. Give me a second. I'm looking for that. But they turned Splatoon into I say making money. Same thing with Zelda, which Doc was a part of. He knows, like, same thing with Zelda, with the goddess tour with the classical music. Like, Nintendo is finding a lot of ways to branch out. They find a lot of ways to branch out from other than just making games to keep the cash flow going. Which I have no problem of that. You know what? That's good enough right there. That is good enough right there. No, I don't want don't want that YouTube. Geez, stop being annoying. Let me just double check. Let me see. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get to the YouTube for us. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it this way. But this is, if you go to Nintendo's you go to Nintendo's page, you'll see how what is Splatoon, that Splatoon holograph shows were. Now this last one is ridiculous. I'm going to show you right now, and just to see how big Splatoon is in worldwide, but in Japan really is a force. So we know that, most of us know that. I want paper Super Brothers. Okay, Foodie Puncher. A long time to see too, Foodie. I hope everything's going good with you. Super Yawn Metroid. Okay, now you guys are just being, again, back to being clowns in the daggone chat. Okay, so let me. So you go to Nintendo's, you could go to Nintendo site and see what, because they have when they have recorded the two shows in Japan plus the one of the shows in Europe, but then there's a fourth show that just happened just last Saturday, which was ridiculous. And this is what I'm showing how big. And then they changed the show because they added on the Octo song, which is called let me see it again. I remember it's called Nasty Majesty. Yep, Nasty Majesty is the name of the new song that with Octo expansion trailer. So, and also the live music is awesome. I enjoyed it. I watched this live and it was fun. So okay, I'm back to the screen here. Share screen, applications. Boop. Full. All right. Let's say this is basically the show they had, and look, it's humongous compared to what it was before, and they got thousands of people there. They are killing it. I only pause so you could see. This is just. Of course, the camera's looking towards there. It's just half of the crowd. You can see way more, but it's ridiculously big. Just holy smoke. And Nintendo's profiting off of this. So y'all can say, people can say what they want to say. They have been branching out smartly. to keep their cash flow going. And that's one of the things they were talking about, how to keep their flash flow going. And it did. I mean, they are, again, it's ridiculous. They know what they're doing. As Renegade said, they ain't dying no time soon. They're making a lot of money and they're having fun with this. And just as a thing, keep a watch out, because I'm gonna do another. My biggest video on my channel is Splatoon mix. Another Splatoon mix. I'm gonna do another Splatoon mix, of course, with the live music, because it's just so hot. So keep an eye out for that, and also Xenoblade mix that I'm working on as well too. Both Xenoblades from 1 to 2. So and I can skip to that a little bit. Just I hate when the bar goes right underneath, like the basically right here. This is something they added new. So this is right here when they add the whole Nasty Majesty, which is the Octopath, the Octo extension, which is coming out as well too. And I guarantee you that thing is gonna sell what, 2, 3, 4 million just for $20, and all the stuff you get for $20. It is not a bad deal. It is not a bad deal. So you trust me, when they did this, people went. If you go to like I said, they went crazy, and this is and I like what they did with the whole changing their colors. And people went. If you hear the sound, it just went ridiculous. And you show Pearl getting her little groove on and everything. I loved it. Anyway, but this is another thing that Nintendo has also added on to their repertoire of making money. They're branching. There's the movies, as you just like I read about it. They're gonna do the cell phones. We know that. We're doing all the crazy stuff. They are doing many things to keep the cash flow going. And they're the only companies I see that could pull this stuff off. Individual software, yes. But again, the last 3 years, I've said this, and nobody has ever refuted this at all. Nobody has ever refuted this. In 2015, so in 2015 with the Wii U, no publisher released 9 games. And I said, everybody said, "Oh, the Wii U's dead. There's no games." 9 games got released. What publisher ever did that? None. In 2016, Nintendo released as a publisher and developing of their own games because exclusives. They released 8 games. No publisher's ever done that either. Last year, they released a lot of games from Snipperclips, which is their own stuff, a couple indie games as well, even though they have some reboots and stuff. And they have the repertoire for it. Now, I did state that as you could go by the patterns, Nintendo's using the ports, and I did a video about this in 2016. They're using the ports, and I told people, hey, be careful by saying that because y'all cracking about Sony and Microsoft and all that stuff. Yeah, they're gonna do the port stuff, and they're using the ports as a stopgap because again, you had Breath of the Wild, which basically was a port to the Switch, but Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch. Port, new game, / then a new game, and I don't forget Snipperclips. Then you have then you have Mario Kart being a stopgap. Then you have ARMS, a new game. Then you have Splatoon 2, new game. Mario Rabbids, new game. Pokemon Deluxe. That's another game. I forgot about that. That's another game that sold over 1 million. Pokemon Deluxe, port, stopgap. Then you have Fire Emblem Warriors, new game. Mario Odyssey, new game. Xenoblade, new game. Of course, they have Bayonetta, stopgap. Tropical Freeze just came out after Labo. As you see, Kirby, then Labo, then Tropical Freeze, then you're gonna have Aces, then you're gonna have Mario Aces. So they're using, and Hyrule Warriors. I forgot about Hyrule Warriors as well. They're using the stopgap to keep the flow because they've been keeping basically a game a month, just every month or every other one at the most. They just knocked it. They just keeping it right there. That fierce flow, of course. That's what they did. So there's a lot of games out there for the Switch. It really is. There's a lot of games out there for the Switch. So I'm gonna let's put back to this so I can see the chat. So they have many ways to do their thing of keeping the revenue going. Captain Toad, that's what I said. That's also a stopgap. Like that's what they say they're gonna do it. They're doing stuff like this. I hope they bring Splatoon concert here. Maybe Coachella. But Coachella's already done past, so they ain't doing that. The closest Hollow game concert we're gonna get over here is Tupac Shakur. What is wrong with you? So they're making 3D games. They have IP. They have a clear plan now, and like I said, they have their forecast. Let's see what happens. Basically, Doc says port. I think, yeah, Fire Tokyo Round System needs a port. If they could rework Devil Stud better, and I wouldn't mind a port of that. But again, nobody's saying you have to buy these ports. People, if you don't like the ports, don't buy them. I never understand the argument. People like, oh, it's full of ports. Okay, so it's full of ports. Are you buying them? No. Then what's your argument? It's just full of ports. Then who's forcing you to buy these games? Nobody. It's just ridiculous. 10:30. Okay, so I'm gonna do something quick right here, which is top. Nope. Give me a second here. Let me stop this for a second and do something. I'll do one more thing. Hey, come on. So, like I said, so to summarize everything, basically $11 billion in profit in 1 year. Not bad. Every title that Nintendo published and exclusive sold over 1 million. Freaking ridiculous. They took over they outdid their forecasts. They outdid their forecasts by not 100%, 140%. They're supposed to sell 8 million this, and then in 2000, in the beginning when they made it 1.4 billion, they're like, okay, I think we could see 16, we could do 16 million. And they did it by 17.8. So they outdid their forecast. Now the forecast for 2018 is basically 15 to 20 million. 20 million being the top end. Let's see how that works out. If so right now, Doc, Sprite, Renegade, if you guys want to join in, I just sent a link out to y'all if you want to join in and join in and have it talk. We talked the last 30 minutes about what's going on and then call it a night. So just send out a link for you guys who want to join in, Red Fox, everybody else, or whatever. But just letting y'all know the link is there. But the 3DS games are still being made, as I stated. They didn't plateau it out. They have a low forecast for the 3DS in sales. We could see how that works out. They're doing new they're finding new revenue spots to jump in. They're finding new revenue spots to jump in the movies, the concerts, the shows, like I just said right there. It's ridiculous. Selling albums. Like I said, selling albums that sell platinum, double platinum so far, and it's still selling. The Splatoon CD is still selling. That single that just came out, the Nasty, that went platinum in the first day because people was wanting to get that song in Japan. I don't know about America, but I know in Japan. So that is a ridiculous. Holy crap! It did its thing. Breath of the Wild, like I said, it's sold very well on both on Wii U and whatever. So as a combined, it's basically 14 million. 8 million for, well, basically 9 million for the Switch. The 9 million for the Switch, and close to 5 million towards for the Wii U. That's good. So it's doing again. Breath of the Wild has been a juggernaut. Nintendo released 2 games of the year. Can't argue that, and it just sell like crazy, man. It's they knocked it out of the park. What up, Doc?
What's going on, man? How you been?
Been doing good. Just basically going a deep, as you've been listening, doing a deep dive into the thing, and you go add your little 2 cents to it. What you heard and what you seen.
No, nothing needs to be said, man. I mean, Nintendo makes money. Haters gonna hate. If Nintendo posts that, if Nintendo posts next month that, oh yeah, that we lost $100,000 on operating costs, people gonna like Nintendo's doomed. So it's like no. If they post right now that Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze fails to match the Wii U sales within the first week, Nintendo's doomed. You know what's gonna happen.
I
So
got you.
why do you think I haven't been making many videos or doing much? Because I've accepted it. This fan base is going to kill themselves. So I just let them kill themselves.
Hey, what's up? This is Kanoshi Bomnita saying the Switch is great, but where's the NX?
Why is he there?
I got a better question though. Where is this Amiibo-centric game that we know they're working on?
They did not forecast all the games they're working on in the.
No. I know that, but to me, Amiibo is still somewhat a hot commodity, and all it takes for them to jumpstart that shit back to where things were selling out is announcing Amiibo-centric games, kind of like it could be an RPG, Subspace Emissary, something like that.
Yeah, you're correct on that, and you're correct on that. And right now they basically with the right now the Amiibos that are selling, like right now, of course, those Splatoon is going to sell out. The fans about that. The Splatoon, the off the hook is going to sell like crazy. And I won't be surprised they work on an Octoling Splatoon because that's going to be coming around the corner.
Have the Pearl Marina Amiibos come out yet?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong because I've not followed too much. I could double check right now and see.
I'm on it.
Because I hadn't been following the Amiibos as of late. I mean, I got a ton of them, and I still plan on buying some, but just hadn't been following them as of late. But I don't want to miss out on those.
Release date July 13th.
Okay, so there you go. So they're not. I know those gonna be one of those hard to get ones.
That might be the same day that the expansion comes out, but they haven't said. They just said sometime in the summer 2018.
But here's my question. If they've been working on this big expansion, and it's been a while since they've been working on it because it really is a huge expansion pass to the game, and you point out this new Octoling character, this new main Octoling character, you don't think it's going to be a 3-pack that includes that damn Octoling girl?
Well, no, that's what I said. It's going to be an Octoling girl or Octoling boy. I think they're going to do that. They're going to do a double pack like that and do an Octoling boy and Octoling girl.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to have a species change.
But if they do if they do the Octoling Amiibos, you know what's going to happen, right? It's because this Octoling character is basically focused on the single player aspect, which of course it's an agent. You know they'll go back and focus on making agent versions of the Squid Sisters because they were the damn agents in the first game. Spoiler alert.
Hey, Sprite, do you have species dysphoria?
What is wrong with you, man? Jesus.
Yeah, species dysphoria.
Anyway,
so
I don't know.
I'm hoping they make an agent Octoling from like the first game too.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
and where the hell is Captain Cuttlefish?
He's down on the subway with his
no. I'm talking about the damn Amiibo, man.
Oh, well,
I want Spike. I want Captain Cuttlefish. They need to be a thing.
Well,
if you drop Judd, you're gonna sell 1 million.
Yeah. Judd would sell. I ain't gonna make fans about Judd would sell.
Yeah, and that species thing. Can they said no? I'm just a furry, a little bit.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, good grief! All right, this is not a random cast, okay? Jesus, keep it on. Let's keep it on target, boys.
Well, to get back on topic though, I mean, Nintendo's successful, and people are wondering. Like I've heard other people, and I'm gonna name drop because I
Oh,
respect
yeah.
these guys. But my thing is, you kind of sound like you're whining Nintendo bitches at this point. No offense, but
Well, how is
but,
Nintendo
but
doing compared to the
I mean,
almighty
but
PS4 in
here's
its
my
first
thing.
year?
These people are like Terminator
Mm.
Juice. He's saying like,
I'll tell you. Go
man,
ahead.
I have, this is unacceptable. That the first game coming out this year that's a high quality title is gonna be Mario Tennis Ace. That's the first game I'm gonna buy, and to me, on the Switch, that's unacceptable.
Well, that's just what it is, man. I would say, for the question you just asked,
Games to buy, and games that came out last year. And even Keith said that. He says, "Well, I named all the games." He said, "What if I?" He says, "Let's say, for example, if I have all those games." I said, "Keith, all due respect, man, you cannot tell me that you have 100% in Zelda, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
well,
and all those games that came out." I said, "Now, if you don't like those games, that's fine. If all you care about is to beat them, the main story, and move on, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But at the end of the day, stop using this whole no major releases have come out yet except Kirby Star Allies. 'Cause that's BS. Because if all you play are major games, that's your problem. I have a severe backlog on my Wii U and even my Switch right now.
yeah, that's
So
for
I
sure.
don't. So when I hear people saying, I mean, man, the first 5 months, of 2018 had, kind of dry for the Switch. All it is ports. If you have those games on Wii U, play them. If you don't have those games at all, but you hate the fact that they're ports, hey, don't buy them. But
Well,
don't say there are no games.
well, I,
The
I,
correct
I
phrase,
just, I just
the
said
correct
that.
phrase to use is there are no games that you are interested in.
Well, yeah, again, as I said before, I cleared that up just before you got on and say that. That's just how people do it now. They change it as Good Shepherd or even Doctor was saying, moving goalposts. That's just how they always do.
Yeah.
Just like we heard the same shit last year in March. So these same fans, these Nintendo fans were saying, well, the only game that's really out right now for the Switch is Zelda. No, no, it's not. No, it's not the only game that's out in March. The Switch
No,
had a mediocre launch. Only game it had was Zelda. It's like, no, if that's all you care about, that's one thing. But they had more games.
you had the one to Switch. You had Slipper Clips. Yeah,
But the only game that matters to them that counts as a real game was Zelda, not Bomberman.
Well, again, that's that again. As I said before, that's just people doing that semantics game. A game's a game. Even if you don't play, that's why I said when people say there's no games on Switch, I'll say no, there are games on Switch, but y'all want to use these are games that you're interested in, and that's what you got to clear it up, like you just did, and I've said it before, and that's why I said with the whole thing with ports, it's stopgaps, and I said about it, but you know what? It does the weird thing as it is. And going to what Kenosha was asking, the question with the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 did 12 million in its first year. So you know what the Switch did.
It did around
Oh.
what did it do? Like 18 million?
Close to it.
Yeah,
17
17.86 or something like that.
17.86 million.
Oh man. Man, if the internet was this big back then, I wanted these same people to be complaining that the only thing that's out on the N64 is Mario 64 and
But
Power.
no. But you know what? I have a quick question though for these haters out there. Can you find a used Switch? If I go to GameStop right now, if I go to 10 different GameStops, will I find a used Switch?
If you want to don't be technical, Doc. I could answer yes, you can.
Yeah,
the
locally owned game store has like one, but everything that
you wouldn't find as many
you won't find as many
Switches compared to Xbox Ones and PS4s.
Yeah,
but
you see those things everywhere in pawn shops.
That's
They're
my
already
point.
in pawn shops.
but yeah,
Like,
but you can yeah. I've seen people. They have you go to GameStop. They do have the ones where they do have like you could get a bundle with couple Switch or whatever as you know how the GameStop that does. But yes, not as nowhere close as it would be for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Xbox One X. That's not even hell. They got use Xbox One X out there. I've seen it in GameStop.
I just want to say this. I feel like because Nintendo is like the best like first party company, I feel like people expect way too much out of them because look how good. Oh man, look at all these good games that's come out like month to month last year on Switch, and now here it is this year. Yeah, well, it was a little on the slow side, but to think that Nintendo can have such a good 2017 and do it again.
Well, let's.
It's
Well,
like,
but see, like you said, like you just said, they expect too much. It's like, okay, give them credit for giving you not one but two game of the years. What other company has done that? I
Nobody.
can't think of any. But think about it. You had Zelda, Breath of the Wild, a game that is still winning awards to this day.
Yep.
It's still collecting accolades over a year later.
The Wii U got the
Mario
last
Odyssey is still winning awards. People giving God of War credit for selling 3 million in 3 days. Okay, let's see how it looks in 6 months.
I mean,
What's gonna be 4 million?
I mean, you can't. You can't. I mean, that's not a fair comparison to
I'm-
begin
no,
with because look how many
but-
PS4 sounds out there compared to Switches.
But see, I'm just saying. I'm happy to
no,
game
no,
sold, but my
that's-
thing is,
Oh wait. But that's what Doc point is. If you have more, there's more PS4s out there than Switch. And also, when you come to third-party games, when you got Mario and Zelda outperforming games that's on two consoles on PC.
But now my other point was this. Yes, I'm glad because I plan on picking the game up because I have a PS4 Slim, so I'm picking up God of War. I'm not hating on the game at all. Definitely not hating. I'm going to pick up that game because unlike most people that have a PlayStation, I buy primarily exclusive games.
Yeah,
That's
I'm actually
right.
thinking
I
about
said it.
getting a PlayStation
So-
4 because of that game.
So, but my thing is
Well,
this:
that's one of the games.
you're gonna give it all this credit for getting 3 million sales in 3 days. Okay, let's see if it's still selling even remotely well come 6 months. If in 6 months,
no,
if he
that part-
pulls a Street,
that part
if
I
he pulls a
see
Street
what
Fighter
you're
5 where it
That-
sells the bulk of its sales in the first week, and then for the next year it may move a million units.
Comparison, Doc. Come on, that's what Spike's talking about. That's not a fair comparison. We know Nintendo games do not go. People do not return Nintendo games, whatever, and they are evergreen. As I read through the financials, even Nintendo calls it evergreen.
Then you got to think about later on this year, Spider-Man. That's going to everyone's going to be all about Spider-Man then.
Yeah,
But you know
yeah,
what? Here's a little.
It looks
I'm
good.
gonna put a little shade though.
It's too much of a quick time buffet, Spider-Man. Like it looks interesting, but it's a quick time buffet.
Well, we'll see what happens when it comes out.
But no, I'm looking forward to the game. Like I said, I'm gonna pick up God of War for sure. But like Terminator Juice said, you know the game's gonna be $30 or $40 in 2 months, and then of course,
I don't think. I think God of War has it's popular enough that it'll hold its value for a
no,
for a
it's
while.
not.
Not for,
Trust-
I wouldn't say 6 months after they release it won't hold its value.
6 months. 6 months seems right. Seems about right, but 3. That's
Hey, I put it like this. I bet. Look, hold on, Kenoshi. I bet you $10 that within the next 3 months, the game will at some point at some retailer be priced on sale for $40.
That's different. Now, okay, that's super technical bet right now. I wouldn't even take that bet.
No, I'm saying, but that's my point.
I wouldn't even take that bet.
How often do you even see a Nintendo game even remotely go on sale?
No, we've seen. I mean, we've seen
People
it
were
happen.
pissed. Haters were pissed because like Nintendo should have put their games on sale during the holiday. They would have sold more games. It's like, but Nintendo knows Mario Odyssey is gonna sell regardless whether bitch is on sale or not. And we see that it sold 9 million in 2 months.
Yeah.
I think they came
People
close
say
to
3
or
months. No,
outsold.
it came out at the end of October. So that was 2 months of sales, 9 million copies.
I think we saw the Nintendo Switch either be close to or outperform the PS4 when it came to holiday sales.
Oh,
So
it outperformed. It outperformed the how to say if you go worldwide, if you go global.
Yeah.
but my thing is, I'm gonna buy God of War.
Because
I know it's gonna be cheaper.
here's the thing. They sold close to 8 million units in December for the holiday.
Yeah.
So think about it. It's 17 million. It's basically 18 million. So basically 1/3 of the Switch got sold in December.
Sony's working on their Switch for their own Switch.
No, they ain't. No.
Yeah, I mean, I remember this last year, right? They were talking about how, we're not looking at the Switch. We don't think it's a viable resource for gaming. So we're more focused on like the real hardcore.
Again, remember. Let's be honest. Remember, Sony didn't have a patent for a Switch-like type of pilot before the Nintendo patent went up. So they had an idea and they just didn't. As you just said, they didn't think it was viable, so they didn't do nothing. And so, but the PlayStation 5 is not that. No, they're going to do it exactly. They're going to do a repeater. They're going to do an Xbox One X. They're going to be a more powerful console, VR, and all that stuff. Because they got to sell that stuff as much as they can.
So you think they're just going to put all their eggs, a lot of their eggs in the VR basket?
Well,
the VR helmets.
They spend too much money for the PlayStation VR. That's why when you look at Sony's sales number for the PlayStation, the VR is included into that. That's included in sales. That's why. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, let's just hope they don't end up with egg on their face.
Well, they already did. I did a video. They have done that. The VR has not lived up to expectation at all.
Well, what I mean by egg on their face when they have to come out and say, "Oh, VR is a legacy system and we're discontinuing it."
Oh, I don't know if they'll say outright like that, but they did do. As I said, the VR numbers are not great, and I said 2 years ago, I said, watch this with the Pro. They're gonna add this, add the SKUs together, and that's how PlayStation outsells the Switch by adding the regular, whatever left manufactured of the regular, the Slim, the Pro, and PlayStation VR. All those are combined in Sony's numbers. Yeah. There are 4 different SKUs. Of course, you're gonna outsell one SKU.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. And I mean that's like you said, that's obviously why the prices or the system is selling as much as it is right now.
Yeah. So
you have different options. You can buy the cheap slim model, or you can buy the overpriced
I'll be the cheap
model.
I'll buy the cheap slim used model.
Yeah, I might end up getting it used.
No, like I said, I'm getting God of War. The games on the Switch, that's one that I want to get. God of War, Trials of Cold Steel 3, 4 when it comes out. Of course, SRW. Like they got games on there that I wanted to get, but again, last year the Switch took up most of my money. I can't. Sorry.
Well, I was thinking about getting the PS4 last year, and then all those games came out for the Switch. I was like, gonna have to wait a little bit longer for that PS4, I guess.
Exactly. So. That's how that worked out there. But according to what you said, Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling console of all time. Period. Yeah, no, I don't see nothing that's going to come out in the foreseeable future that's going to sell close to 18 million in the first year.
Yeah.
I said PlayStation 4 is 12 million. So.
Well, everybody's already talking about the PlayStation 5.
I know. I did a video about it.
Rumors and all sorts of things, and people are like, "Well, I'm kind of done with the PS4. Let's move on to the PS5. Come on."
Well, they want the HDR 4K checkerboard.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Renegade.
Please don't do this. Please don't
Renegade.
do this. Please.
Renegade.
Oh.
It must be his computer. It must be messing up. So,
what the fuck? I thought he was talking about this whole Sony thing, PS5.
No, you gotta be something going on with his computer.
Yeah,
all them waifus got some viruses on the computer now.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to the conversation I had because
I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it too.
Like I said, this is not a random talk. So they did. I said, and I mean, the games have been selling like crazy. Like, I mean, I am gonna do a video showing all the stuff that Nintendo has done. That last year they did a lot of firsts. Once again, that no company's ever done and ain't gonna do, maybe ever. The way how the gaming industry is going right now, because again, if it wasn't for Nintendo Switch coming out last year, the gaming industry would have been, it would have fallen off.
Yeah, like I've said before, and I think I've said it before on this cast. The Nintendo Switch came out at the wrong place at the right time. No, at the wrong.
No, I know you meant. I know you meant. Yeah, because if the Switch thing came out to distract a lot of people with happy sales and games and everything, all the loot boxes which was big last year. Don't get me wrong, it was big last year. Those games was big last year, but without that balancing out the negativity of what's going on, everybody would have learned, learned more in mainstream that wow, this is crazy that you got loot boxes and broken games and all this crazy stuff going on right now. And Switch came and basically came to the rescue as a shield and stop them. So the Switch was a stopgap itself.
Yeah.
So and again, the 3DS. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I am cocky. I'm cocky. I'm cocky. That's why I did that video 2 years ago and said what I got to say. And I'm not putting prove it wrong, because again, most of these game guys who do this stuff, they're not technical people. Majority of them, they're not technical people. They're not business people. I'm sorry.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All it takes is a computer, a keyboard, of course, a microphone, and maybe a webcam. And you're a guru. You're basic guru.
I got you. And you saw me do something a lot of gamers don't do. Read, because I was reading the question and stuff. I still want to post that because that's pretty cool. The question asked about what the future for Nintendo because of how Yamauchi and stuff. And I like how they said Yamauchi, the stubborn fool. He even said that in the damn thing. Like, damn.
I saw that clickbaity article you talked about in the cast about how Nintendo has supposedly filed a 30-day warning for some sort of warranty.
No. You mean FTC?
FTC.
Yeah.
Warranty violation.
They did. Nintendo. Okay, I'll ask a question. Kenoshi, look at your Switch. Does it have a sticker on it?
Yeah, of course.
Look again.
I don't see a sticker.
No, it doesn't have a sticker on it.
Okay, that's what the PlayStation 4 has it. That's what FTC was. The argument was.
Oh.
So that's what when I see people talking that crap, I'm like, the Switch didn't have a sticker. Neither did the Wii U. Neither did the Wii. If any sticker that was on those consoles was the one, it was a QT Pass sticker. That was it, but not a warranty sticker. And that's what they're talking about. And then people just, but the FTC just did a broad, just saying, hey, we want these companies that do it. The Apple's included into that setup. But people just pick and choose and then use clickbait, like you just said, just to get people to talk. Nintendo cannot get sued for that because they specifically said use licensed products. How can you sue somebody for that when they told you what to do with the product?
Because it's 2018, you can try suing for anything nowadays.
That is true. Some could fail. That's why Game Advice is trying to. That's the only reason I brought up that lawsuit with Game Advice. That is weird. They're not suing for money. They're suing to stop them from bringing Switches to America. Why? Something's weird with that lawsuit.
What the
like I said, just for money and attention.
Well, it's not for money. That's my point. They did not. The lawsuit's not for money.
Then it's probably for attention.
It's attention, but
all the cave dwellers and the those who hide under carpets, when something becomes real popular, they start trying to grab snatch up the crumbs. I mean, we saw this with Assassin's Creed a few years ago with this guy trying to sue Ubisoft for stealing his ideas from his book. I think it was Assassin's Creed 3. It's like you waited until 3 games came out, or at least, 3 iterations, the mainline games. I think there was like 6 games before 3 came out to sue Ubisoft for stealing your novel ideas. Come on,
Well,
get out of
hell,
here.
look what PUBG did to Fortnite. They're suing them for a frying because PUBG has Fortnite has a frying pan. It's getting ridiculous with these lawsuits. Holy freak!
And let's not forget a certain Joe.
Yeah, Joe, no, we can leave it. We can say what you want. Joe ain't never gonna sue Nintendo. I know he was. I just like I said, I want to go ahead and sue Nintendo, you bastard, because you know you would.
So he pretty much backed down at the last minute. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Still,
he
I was looking forward to it. I was really looking forward.
He was there. He ain't back down on no last second. He was just blowing wind. He was not gonna do that.
He might have a decent amount of money, but he certainly doesn't have enough money to sue Nintendo.
Of course not. I know.
But I still want him to do it because I really want to see this live streamed. Why not?
Mm.
Yeah, let me answer RE73 question. I don't know if he had a question. He just had a question. Just like, he was talking about he was gonna buy a PlayStation 4 if the Switch wasn't there to bring him back in the game, and he asked a question of so what was Sony thinking with the PlayStation VR? Did they really need another money sink? They thought it was the time to bring the PlayStation VR because of Oculus Rift and don't forget HT Vive. All those stuff was coming out, so they thought that, hey, let's get it ahead of it and do our own stuff. That's what they thought. They were supposed to sell. They were supposed to sell. How should I say it? They were supposed to sell 2 million. They sold 700,000 when in the time that they wanted, and they only sold 1 million by set. So that was supposed to sell 2 million by December of 2016. They sold 700,000, and then they only reached 1 million of September of 2017. So they are way behind. So in other words, from Christmas until September, they only sold 300,000. That's all they sold in basically a 9-month period.
Wait, what? Who sold what in 300,000?
Okay, Sony forecasted they wanted to sell 2 million PlayStation VR by the end of 2016 for the holiday.
Okay,
they sold 700,000.
Yeah,
I did a video on that. They sold 700,000.
Yeah,
September is when they hit 1 million PlayStation VR sold. So between that and now, they only sold 300,000 PlayStation VRs.
well, it's too expensive. People don't. The VR thing isn't catching on like the media tried to. The media for at least the past couple of years have tried shoving down our throats. Oh, VR is the future. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oculus, Vive, PlayStation VR. And not all this stuff is selling like shit right now. Like, it just seems like they haven't quite swept it under the rug, but it's kind of halfway out of the rug and in viewing existence.
Yeah.
So it's just I just don't get it. I just.
Let me read this for a second. What's going on? He was saying the FTC thing regarding to Nintendo was their wording in their warranty specific. This warranty shall not apply if this product, is used with products not sold or licensed by Nintendo. I have it right here. Give me a question. I have the pamphlet right here. Let me.
Don't mind me, fellas. I'm just drawing something here.
Okay, no problem.
Don't worry. It's nothing perverse. Nothing perverted.
I got you.
It's something that. No, it's something really offensive.
Whatever. Will you stop? Just stop.
I hope certain people will get triggered by this.
Well, you just stop. Okay.
Oh my god.
No, what about that 1X? How did the Switch compare to the One X?
Oh yeah, it's okay. I ain't gonna answer that question. You're just being a smart ass. You are just being a smart ass.
That thing is not selling at all.
Not really. Nah.
One X. Wait. What is this One X you speak about?
No, that 3 Days Grace album that came out.
You are so wrong, Casey. You are so full of crap.
I've been wanting to make that joke for a while.
Everybody's full of crap. Come on now. I mean, just look at that damn article they wrote about the FTC thing.
Yep.
That was bullshit on their part.
Oh man, I do not know what they were trying to do.
Well, that's just how they do it.
The 3DS is gonna live on for a little bit longer, much to
Yeah.
everyone's disappointment.
Everyone, I predicted my stuff right, so I ain't gonna worry about what other fools think, because I predicted mine's right.
But man, don't you want Luigi's Mansion on Switch, man? You don't want to do, even though these same people would then complain, oh, it's another port.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, so that's not surprising me. That is not that would not surprise me at all.
So here we are. What do you guys think? Hold on.
You just want to be a jerk, ain't you?
Oh well, I was called out today because I was playing my 2DS. Oh God. I need to be sent to jail because I'm having so much fun playing my 2DS. Yeah. I'm one of those people that actually did bought a 2DS XL. I actually support the 3D, well, 2DS thing, for whatever you guys call it.
Is it a
Yeah.
TSL?
Yeah. I need to be thrown in prison for this. Yeah, sure. By the way, I still look forward to buying WarioWare Gold. What else? Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Let's not forget that.
I'll probably get that game.
Hey, what can I say? I support good games.
I don't know, it was one of the first games I got for the GameCube. It'd be kind of interesting to revisit that game after, so many years.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I think I was 12 at the time that game came out, so that was about 16 years ago. Holy crap! So.
that is, like I said, I predict this. It's something that amazes me. It really does.
So how's the media trying to spin this exactly? Like, how are they trying to spin it? Are they just trying to sweep it under the rug because of the precious PS4? Or
well,
what's going on?
they're doing certain things. It's ridiculous how the media is, but again, it's a Sony thing, really. But it is a Sony thing.
Seems rather fishy.
Maybe somebody can tell me how a gaming journalist site can have Sony stuff plastered all over their site and still be trusted as when they review their products.
Unless those
how
reviewers
are considered compromised.
I was about to say, unless those reviewers are actually been paid off by Sony themselves. Call it. Call it.
Yeah.
Greg.
So to because they basically pushed it towards they've said it. Looking at the pamphlet, of course, but it's the warranty. The warranty is kicked to. You got to go to a site, but they express many times use Nintendo's licensed products only. And what you just pointed out there, to the degree what you said, I'm bringing it up on the screen right now. Give me a second.
I'm curious. I wonder what people are saying in the chat about my drawing.
I haven't seen nothing yet, but okay.
So you messed up there, Liger. You trying to tell people to read.
Oh god damn! I need it.
Like the product that's used products not sold or licensed by Nintendo, which as you stated up at the top. So the warranty, if you're not using products not licensed by Nintendo, you void the warranty, which is I don't know why you don't see that.
I need to pick up that game for the 3DS Ever Oasis.
So that includes non-licensed game enhancements, copy devices, adapters, software, power supplies. Anything that's not licensed by Nintendo with those things, that's void your warranty. I don't know, it's simple and plain how you can make it.
Plain and simple.
It is. Don't use other people's stuff. But in the pamphlet that comes with your Switch, it says use Nintendo license. It says it right here in the pamphlet. Use Nintendo licensed product only. Not once, not twice, like 4 times.
Man, I gotta read all that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Whatever. Well,
of course I don't have
if
time.
you don't want to read, that's you who get hurt. Okay. That's the sad thing about it. Like, there's a lot of reasons when you see a lot of warnings on labels on products and all dumb crap like that, is because people get hurt themselves. This should not be swallowed. Who looked at a little plastic thing and I know it's kids that they did that one, but they're actually don't swallow this. That's kids. Get that, whatever. We know that kids are not gonna, little babies are not gonna read that, so keep them out of kids' reach. But they're like, don't put this aerosol. Don't spray the aerosol. Or it's a flammable spray. Don't spray it on fire. Okay, who's deodorizing their armpits around an open flame? You're crazy. You're an idiot. And I think you should catch your arm here on fire and just.
Somebody who's had a few too many.
I say thin the herd. Thin the herd. We got too many stupid people.
Quit drinking too much.
No. You should encourage people to do that Tide Pod challenge thing. Yeah. Go on ahead. Sure, be internet famous. What's
infamous?
Well, I got a coffin and a headstone to sell you.
Hey, World Star. hey. You should just go ahead and post that in World Star.
That is messed up. I have a coffin and a headstone to sell you. Oh my
I don't even have your epitaph pre-written for you.
The gaming community, the gaming community is no reading zone, Liger.
Of course there aren't.
Man, so that's the reason why we don't have instruction manuals anymore, because of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, middleman said he's stupid. Yeah, y'all said the 30s. You are dirty for playing 30s. Is it a 30s or you're a dirty little just playing around?
Is that a 3DS? Yes. No, it's a 3DS, middleman. I'm actually trying to trigger people.
I don't know why is the old trigger people so and why you do that.
Yeah, I need a frozen drink right about now.
Hey, I enjoy pissing people off.
Okay. This is not a random cast. Jesus, guys, come on.
Calm down there. Calm down there, Sprite. Calm down there.
But anyway,
I'm gonna invite any bears to the chat.
Hey. We're on that subject. Dude, should I also buy myself Chick-fil-A while I'm at it?
Oh, gee.
Anyway. Okay. Just got tails. That's awesome, Mr. 20. You got lucky. I ain't got that crazy. Hell, I still ain't got Cosmo with a crazy chick. I did beat the game though. I did beat Xenoblade 2. And I gotta say the ending was good. I liked it. It didn't. I thought it was going to go a certain way, but I predicted some parts. But I like the way that they did it, and it was very well done. I can't wait to see what the story is after. Because let's put it this way: the story. If this, I hope the story is. I don't want it to be a prequel. I want it to be after what happened in the game. Because I want to see how it comes together. Because a lot of stuff changed after the game ends.
Hey, how well did the Naruto games? Has anybody played the Naruto games? Like, I was curious about how they
What do you mean?
how the
How
ports
you-
are. The ports for the Switch because it came out last week. The
Oh,
Naruto Storm
that-
trilogy.
No, I don't. I am not. I'm surprised my sister didn't bring it because she always bought them on the Wii when they. But she's busy, so maybe she did. Maybe she didn't know they were coming out to the Switch.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
Triple
No, I got you.
Stop the stream.
But and speaking of that, but like I said, we've done a good job of getting that. I thank everybody out there who joined us, which was a lot of people. We had a lot of. Like I said, I am sorry that I was late because of family things I had to take care of, but I was happy that we got up to about 30, 40, close to basically almost 40 people. But it was it was like 39 at the top to join in and watch this stream. So I thank you guys for that. Basically, Terrell says I like the no put ad. But Yin Yao, Terrell, Renegade, of course, Triple M's, you guys who's here. Winston 20,
That's special.
Mental Mint, Ye Yao, Area 73, Jack Gates. Let me see. Anybody that was in the chat else that was in the chat. Just going through this. 40 puncher, of course. I think that's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining the chat. Enjoying this. I hope you guys learn a lot of stuff of what I had to say about the financials for Nintendo, and you got a deep dive into going that. Again, I'll try my best. I downloaded that thing and I'll put it on Google Plus. So check out the Google Plus to read what they thought about Yamamuchi and Iwata and how he's going to go forward as a new president and everything. Cause that looked like an interesting to read because I still love the part that they said that he was a stubborn bastard. So they already know that it's like, we ain't gonna lie. We're gonna tell you the truth. We ain't gonna lie to you. We're not gonna put it.
They verbatim said he was a stubborn bastard.
Not bastard. They said he was stubborn.
Oh, okay.
No. They didn't say he was stubborn, but I emphasize that. But I was surprised they said that he was stubborn. I was just surprised they said that. I was like, what? Well, we know he was stubborn. I was like, well, at least to tell him say that. No. Hey, they might have said that behind the scenes. He was a stubborn bastard.
They probably did.
They probably did. Yeah, they probably did. They probably did say a stubborn bastard. But I hope you guys learn what's going on with Nintendo. Like I said, this is one of the reasons I did my channel to get you behind the scenes and stuff like this about the industry and what's going on. And like I said, 2017 was the year of the Switch, and they cleaned it up. And that console came out, knocked it out of the park, blew the expectation of Nintendo, not by 100%, but 140%. It also sold the software that was ridiculous. The 3DS hold its own weight. Nintendo found new revenues. We're going to Splatoon and music and everything to do stuff. The online game, even though we don't have a virtual console, but the eShop is thriving, selling that much, selling over 556 million, making $556 million in revenue. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's just the eShop. That's just the eShop. So they have done a really good job of doing stuff, and I hope Nintendo the best in the future. Hell, again, the same thing with Sony and Microsoft. I want them to make games and just make games. I will pick up PlayStation 4 because, like you said, there are games on the PlayStation 4 that I am intrigued and would love to play. So don't get it twisted. And also, yes, again, like I said, Kirby Star Alliance that did it in basically knocked it out of the park within 2 weeks of getting $1 million is ridiculous on one platform. They did a great job. Nintendo Labo as well too. There's no official numbers per se right now, but I know for a while with the MPD numbers they were selling better than God of War in America and in Japan. So, and then also I put up the little thing where people are using Nintendo Labo, like I put up in Japan where this guy figured out a way to use the Nintendo Labo motorbike to control his mechanical wheelchair. Like this is
that's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome that people could come up with these great ideas with that. And you know what? There's some again.
How much did Labo sold?
That's why I said there's no official numbers.
Official numbers. Because
No.
because
You know what I really want
I
to do
know
with
it
them?
outsold.
I could do conjecture, but I don't want to do conjecture by looking at basically. Like I said, you look at NPD numbers, you just see the number, and from it, and the media create number, you see where Labo plays above some of the other games. That's why I said it's outsold those, but there's no hard because you go by physical, you ain't gonna have digital. So that's why I say there's not an official number I could use right now, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
but I mean, and then now, like I said, Breath of the Wild is basically it is basically one of the, when you combine the Wii U and Switch, is the number one selling Zelda game of all time now. So 14 million, hey, knock it out of pop.
holy crap, that's a lot for one console too. That's
No. Both.
no,
That's both.
Wii U
Yes,
for one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Wii U, yeah, it's both consoles. That's not no. It's basically 9 million for the Wii for the Switch, but the rest is of course Wii U. So the Wii U as a weak console, it went out as a superstar. It went out as a G. It went out as a G. It went out with a Game of the Year, selling almost close to 5 million console on a dying console. It went out on a G note. Back to Wii U. Put some as they say, put some respect on my name. You understand that, son.
My name.
Oh man,
Remember that name. It went out with a game that came Game of the Year in 2017.
yeah, that's good.
I remember all they wanted the profit. Oh, sorry. Nintendo spent the most on this. They spent $70 million on Zelda to do this game.
Damn.
That's a lot. And they needed 2 million to sell. Well, they didn't only just stated it, they crushed it. Which we know that was gonna happen. We know it was gonna happen.
Well, it had 101% rate on the Switch when it came out.
110.
110% rate. That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing. You'll see in the video. I'll talk about all the stuff that Nintendo did. I'll do a video that's coming up within the next 2 weeks of all the stuff Nintendo did that no other console makers ever done.
We're supposed to hear about their online plans this month, right? Sometimes
this month, yeah, they're gonna give little pieces of it. They're gonna give the full shebang. You know that.
People are slobbering over it right now.
Yeah, and there's gonna be some stuff that's good and some that's bad. It's just what it is. People right now want to know. We're gonna spend money. We want to know about the saves, which is one thing I'm worried about. Is the save? How to do the save? That is true. They're worried about the whole virtual console thing and all that stuff. You know, that's what they want to know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I said, let's see. Oh, I actually saw an article saying that Nintendo Labo bombed already. Yeah, the one of the website the note also said that Nintendo Labo bombed already. Well, again, look at the media crates, look at the NPD numbers. It outsold. You know what? Whatever. Y'all can make your conjecture. I don't care.
Yeah, then
It's not Sony, man. That's why it bombed.
It outsold,
But it didn't bomb.
it outsold God of War within like the first.
That's impossible.
Whatever.
No, anything is possible.
Yeah, well, Mailman just point out. Don't forget Polygon, which I know because that's in front. That's the part of my mic check video. I put that article right there. And it said when Polygon said that Mario Kart 8 would never sell whatever on a Wii U, and it did. It's gonna be the worst selling Mario Kart. Okay.
Yeah.
You saw
No, like I said, it was the worst selling Mario Kart, but it was never gonna come. I'll be honest, it was never gonna get up to that 100 and it was never gonna get to that 37 million it did on the Switch. On the Wii. It was not. I know that. That was a fluke. I know that. That's not that. You comparing a giant to a dwarf, man. What the hell? That's ridiculous. You can't do that. You can't do that. That is so wrong. Or the giant went faster than the dwarf. Of course, you got to just take a couple steps. And he already done outpace the dwarf. That's what it is. So, like I said, Nintendo Labo is not a flop. Trust me, it's not. But people just they're just going with their stuff, and like I said, they want to push this narrative. Just like nobody's talking. Like I said, when the PlayStation VR failed, there were barely any articles about that.
Crickets.
Yeah.
There were barely any articles of PlayStation VR's failure.
What is it about the failure of Nintendo that sends a thrill up people's legs? What is it about it?
No, it's easy. Human nature. You want to see the top dog go down.
No, people were obsessed with Nintendo's failure back on the Wii U when they weren't considered commercially the top dog.
No, there might not be. No, look. When it comes to video game, people still think Nintendo more than think of Sony when it comes to video games. 1, 2. We know when it comes to first party, when it comes to Nintendo to manufacture consoles and gaming, you can't beat Nintendo on quality, on how they sell, on how they budget. You can't beat Nintendo on that. And again, more people know about. People know Call of Duty, a third party game, but a lot of people know about more of Mario than any other console. You know that.
Yeah.
That's the so just like people saying we don't what is it Triple M when a guy said we don't want you guys are weird because you guys love your Tinky Winky games. Well, Tinky Winky games doing better than your Xbox games, dude. So just calm down.
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky is outperforming your super powerful console that you have, sir. Because it's not about power. It never was about power. It's all you give good games, you're gonna do well. Hell, even though the Wii U didn't sell great, it was not a financial failure. It was the popularity was not great. I give you that. But here's the thing as well too. Let's look at the Xbox One or Xbox One X or Xbox One S. Let's take those games that are exclusive and compare to the Wii U. Wii U still outdid them. Hell, the Wii U outdid some of their games, outdid PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah.
And that's where the money is.
Yeah.
It was a commercial failure, but it was not a financial flop.
Yeah.
Dell made money. Hell, y'all want me to show you the graph of over the years. You want to see how it looks? Because again, people keep saying, "Oh, Nintendo." If your financial I don't know why it's business 101. If your operation cost is less than your profit, you still made money.
So is it?
I don't know why is that so hard. So if it took me $10 to make this microphone, and I sold that's my cost, but I sold 3 microphones, even though I supposed to sold 100, I still make money.
So you're telling me that even though that they can see Sony, the PlayStation 4 as the top dog, they simultaneously don't see Sony as the top dog since they don't go after them as hard as they do Nintendo?
No, paradox.
It's kind of
Yeah.
They want Nintendo out because they think Nintendo's most people. This is me conjecturing. It's not. I could show evidence, but it's not even me to waste my time. You know what I mean? But they want because of what Nintendo does. Nintendo's not pushing the hardware. It's not pushing the power. It's not. People got, as you saw, people got upset because of Nintendo Labo. Why are you making this game? Not for you. Why are you getting angry? Why are you getting angry? And you saw me read what did Kiba said, because why are they keeping the 3DS? Because the price point for parents to buy their kids, family. I don't know how much time I gotta say Nintendo does for family. I don't know how much time I gotta say that, but it is.
That's a dirty word nowadays.
Oh, outside of gaming too, family is a dirty word. So my point saying is that they think Nintendo, they're kind of like, Man, I would love to have Mario. Nintendo's holding us back because I would love to have Mario in 4K. That's what you think they're trying to hack. And going to what Doc was saying, they already done hacked the God of War to be pirated on the PC.
Wait, I know. Do you need an emulator to play it, or
Yeah?
And no one talks about
I
that.
ain't gonna say is it great? No, just like I was something Nintendo gets enough, but PlayStation has been out. Their emulator coding has been out longer than the Switch.
Oh yeah. I did some exploring. Apparently, there is a PS4 emulator. It just seems like you hear mostly about Nintendo emulators because I guess
they don't want to spend the money.
They don't want to spend the money to buy a Nintendo.
But you will spend money on an expensive computer and play for a geeky game until you finally. By the time you finally get the game that you want to work perfectly, you gotta just buy the console, of course, and then on to our next console. But yeah, they already done hacked PlayStation God of War. Yeah, and it's being pirated right now. Again, that's one of the reasons a lot of gamers, publishers, do not like to put games on the PC. They do it because they want for the rabid fan base, but they don't sell that much on PC because of the pirate problem. Far Cry 5 got hacked and God of War got hacked. They already put in codes on the emulator to get hacked out there. Is it perfect? No, but they're gonna chip at it. And like I say, they've been working on the PlayStation emulator way longer than the Switch.
Yeah,
we know that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That I'd figure a PS4 emulator would be the easiest since it has x86.
Yeah, it is. Same thing with Xbox.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's crazy that how people are thinking that. But again, they want to see their Mario they want to see Mario Odyssey in 4K. They just revolution hogs. They don't want to say, wow, the outside is great. No, 4K, man. I want to see that in 4K. I want to see Zelda in 4K, which is the art style. It's not gonna really, the colors is vibrant enough. You're not gonna saturate it no more than what it is.
Yeah,
man, what y'all talking about? I'm ready to see the next Pac-Man in 12K.
Got you.
I just don't understand the obsession with 4K. I just don't understand the obsession with 4K. If there's something you want to be obsessed about, you should be obsessed with HDR. That's where. Yeah,
but again, even with Nintendo HDR, like Zelda, like I have that. Like I said, I have that on my thing. Of course, Nintendo didn't build HDR in signal into the Switch, but of course, my PC picks my TV have it where I play Zelda on it, and again, you ain't gonna saturate the colors no different than what it is right now.
Yeah. I'm just saying it. People should be
ashamed of themselves.
They should be excited. They should if they really want the everything to be vibrant, they should I guess beg for 4K HDR. But that's even more ridiculous, and that's going to require even more hard drive space. So I hope you're ready for 10 terabyte hard drives.
Yeah. It is what it is. So it's weird. But again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us the last part of the thing. Thank you guys in the chat. There was a lot of people coming there watching this. Again, I know it's been a long time since I did an official endcast, so I'm happy to be back doing one and seeing the people come and watching it, of course. And like I said, I will put that question itself on the Google Plus. If you follow me on Google Plus and Duo, you should see that on there, so you can read it. I think that's an interesting read. I myself want to read it. I want to go further down and see what the hell they're talking about. So again, 3DS is alive. Nintendo finding new ways to make money with Splatoon. Amiibos has dropped off, but specific new Amiibos, when it comes out as hot, they sell like crazy. Once again, the squid, the off the hook is gonna sell like crazy, and the Octolins, they're gonna do Octolins squid because of course Splatoon is just killing it in Japan. They're doing that.
Yeah.
So you have all that stuff, and then you have again Nintendo, $11 billion. Shit, I mean they cleaned up. They cleaned up. They did it. They did a job.
I draw like a sloth.
I'm just gonna say, make sure to drink your ice lemonades and stay away. Stay away from the,
Anyway, with that
stay away
said,
from the bears. They're about to wake up. It's getting
And-
warm out.
anyway, like I
No.
said before,
If you take away the welfare, that's when they start running loose.
anyway, there's no perfect games out there. Okay, what's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Enjoy your games on all consoles, even PC. Have a good night.
Eat more